Hello, it's Rolando, your credit coach, and welcome to Ask Credit Coach, episode number 31. This week, I'm going to talk about how long do negative items report on my credit report. Now, when it comes to late payments, charge-offs, collections, repossessions, foreclosures, any type of secured or unsecured loans, personal loans, revolving loans, those report for a period of 7 years. If you were late on January 1st, 2010, that late payment will report for 7 years. It'll fall off to January 2017. When it comes to charge-offs, you see, charge-offs are a bit tricky because a charge-off happens when you do not pay an account for 6 months. That original creditor needs it off their books. They have to report this debt as a loss, so they charge off the account. Now, that date that the account was charged off, that's when that 7-year clock starts. That's when it begins. So 7 years from the charge-off date, that's how long it could report on your credit report. Now, when it comes to collections, this is a bit tricky, okay? Because a collection company purchases a debt that has been charged off from a certain creditor, right? But a lot of people confuse with that 7 years being whenever that collection company purchases the debt. No, keep in mind, the original date is when the account was charged off. Because a creditor is not going to charge off the account and sell it to the collection company right away. They don't always do that. That happens the majority of the time. But there's some creditors that keep it in-house, and after a while, they sell it off to be a year, 2 years later. So a collection account can only report an account on your credit report for 7 years from the moment it was charged off with the original creditor. Same thing as a repossession, a foreclosure, short sale. The 7-year marks begin when that account was charged off. Just because it was a foreclosure short sale, they were still charged off, and the date begins from that date that it was charged off up to 7 years. When it comes to any unpaid tax liens, any unpaid tax liens report on your credit report for 15 years. Any paid tax liens, whether they're state and federal, and this goes the same for even unpaid, both state and federal. Any paid state and federal tax liens report for a period of 7 years from the moment they receive the payment. Now, when it comes to credit inquiries, they report for a period of 2 years on your credit report, but only affect you for 1 full year. When it comes to bankruptcies, you have Bankruptcy Chapter 7, Chapter 11, and Chapter 13. Bankruptcy Chapter 7 and 13 report on your credit report for 10 years from the discharge date, and in Chapter 11 reports on your credit report for a period of 7 years from the discharge date. Guys, so I provided a lot of information in regards to how long can accounts be reported. Now, it says up to 7 years. The Fair Credit Reporting Act says up to 7 years. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be there for 7 years guaranteed. You have the right to dispute and challenge any of these accounts, and if they're not able to validate or verify that they're accurate, then that's when they have to delete the accounts. So the keyword is up to a specific time, whether it's 7 or 10 years. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope I was able to answer some questions here and bring more clarity as to how long accounts can be reporting on your credit report. And if you have any credit questions, please email me at info@ihaveacreditquestion.com. And guys, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Today is Wednesday, November 23rd, and tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So I want to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the memories, eat a lot of turkey, and see you guys next week.